Isolde's hand slid down to grip her hip, pulling her even closer as the kiss deepened, turning wetter, hotter. When that night, alone in her small apartment, Kara touched her swollen lips and whispered into the darkness, "What have I done?" The charity gala was a glittering battlefield disguised as elegance. Crystal chandeliers cast golden light over hundreds of the city's most powerful elite. Live music floated through the grand ballroom while waiters moved like shadows with trays of champagne. Kara stood near the edge of the crowd in a sleek black cocktail dress that hugged her slim figure, the neckline just low enough to feel daring. Her short black hair was styled with soft waves tonight, and a touch of red lipstick made her brown eyes look larger, more vulnerable. She hated these events, not because of the glamour, but because she had to watch Isolde navigate the sea of beautiful, ambitious women who circled her like sharks scenting blood. President Isolde Voss moved through the room like a force of nature. Her tailored midnight blue suit accentuated her broad shoulders and commanding height. The silver watch glinted under the lights as she shook hands and exchanged cool, calculated words. She rarely smiled, but when she did, it was sharp and fleeting, enough to make hearts stutter. Kara's job tonight was simple: stay close, manage the schedule, and quietly note which women Isolde spent more than 30 seconds speaking with. It was torture. She watched from afar as a tall, elegant heiress with long auburn hair leaned in too close, laughing at something Isolde said. The woman placed a manicured hand on Isolde's arm. Kara's stomach twisted painfully. "Jealousy doesn't suit you, Miss Leaves." Kara startled at the voice beside her. It was James, one of the senior VPs, holding 2 glasses of champagne. He offered her one with a knowing smile. "I'm not jealous," Kara replied too quickly, accepting the glass anyway. "Just doing my job." James chuckled. "Sure. Keep telling yourself that. Everyone on the executive floor has noticed how you look at her." Kara's cheeks burned. She took a large sip of champagne to hide her reaction. Across the room, Isolde's steel-gray eyes suddenly found hers. The intensity of that gaze made Kara's breath catch. For a moment, the noise of the gala faded. Then Isolde looked away, returning to her conversation as if nothing had happened. The night dragged on. Kara kept busy, rearranging meetings, deflecting persistent board members, and making sure Isolde's drink was always refreshed. She had switched to water for herself after the first glass. At some point near midnight, she noticed Isolde rubbing her temple, her posture slightly off. Unusual. The president never showed weakness in public. Kara moved closer immediately. "President Voss, are you feeling all right?" Isolde's jaw was tight. "Just a headache. It'll pass." But it didn't. 20 minutes later, Isolde's cheeks were flushed, her breathing slightly uneven. When she excused herself to the private lounge, Kara followed without being asked. The moment the door closed behind them, Isolde leaned heavily against the wall. "Something's wrong," she muttered, voice hoarse. The last drink, it tasted off. Kara's heart dropped. Spiked. Isolde gave a curt nod. Her steel-gray eyes had grown darker, pupils blown wide. Heat rolled off her body in waves. The drug was clearly an aphrodisiac, strong, fast-acting, and expensive. "Fuck," Isolde growled, clenching her fists. "I need to get out of here. Book a hotel. Now. Closest one. 1 room. I don't want anyone seeing me like this." Kara didn't hesitate. Within minutes, she had arranged everything through her phone. They slipped out through a side entrance, avoiding the press and curious eyes. The drive to the luxury hotel was tense and silent. Isolde sat in the back seat with her eyes closed, breathing controlled but labored. Kara kept stealing worried glances at her through the rear-view mirror. By the time they reached the hotel suite, Isolde was barely holding it together. The room was elegant, soft lighting, a large king-sized bed, and floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the city. Only 1 bed, as requested. There hadn't been time to ask for anything else. The moment the door clicked shut, Isolde's control snapped. She grabbed Kara by the waist and pushed her against the wall, kissing her with raw, desperate hunger. This wasn't the restrained kiss from the office. This was fire, teeth and tongue, hands roaming possessively. Isolde's body pressed hard against Kara's much smaller frame, making the younger woman feel delicate and utterly overwhelmed in the best way. Kara moaned into the kiss, her hands sliding up to grip Isolde's shoulders. "President Boss," Isolde,